Hey, what's up guys, Carl here. So I've had the Zhiyun Weebill S for about a month now, and I've been using it almost daily for the work that I do. So if you're gonna ask me if you should buy it, the answer is yes. Let me tell you why. So before I tell you guys about the things that I really loved about the Zhiyun Weebill S, let me tell you about the things that I do. I'm a nightlife photographer and videographer, and I'm also doing car photos and videos for some companies. Before I had the Zhiyun Weebill S, I was using the Zhiyun Crane 2. The setup I had before was a Canon 6D and this Sony A7 that I'm shooting with. But during that time, I was using the Sony with an MC11 adapter, which made the setup a lot heavier. Back then, I was using DSLR lenses, particularly the 20mm 1.4 Sigma Art and the 50mm Sigma 1.4 Art. So that setup was really heavy for me along with the Crane 2. So that's why I got myself a Zhiyun Weebill S. The first thing that I love about the Zhiyun Weebill S is the size and weight of it. As you can see, the gimbal is really small compared to my previous gimbal, the Zhiyun Crane 2. Weight was a huge deal for me because, like I said, I have been using the Canon 6D and the Sony A7 III with an MC11 before. So that setup plus the Crane 2 is really heavy, and it was a huge setup, especially when you're using an art lens from Sigma. The setup's really big, really heavy, so it causes a strain on my forehand and on my bicep, especially when I'm walking or holding the gimbal for a long period of time. That's why I picked up the Zhiyun Weebill S, because it's really small and the weight is so light that even if I put that previous setup that I had, it can handle it pretty good, and it's way lighter than when I had the Crane 2. But right now, I'm using a different setup. I'm using two Sony lenses for this, the Tamron 17-28 and the Sony 85 1.8, which is really heavy, and this gimbal can manage it easily. Another thing that I like about the Zhiyun Weebill S is the ease of setup. There are 3 locking mechanisms on this gimbal. I'll show you guys. One right here, one here, and another one right here. So the locking mechanism makes it easier for you to balance the gimbal itself. All you need to do is unlock the axis that you're going to be balancing. Let's say for this one, you gotta balance this first, and then once you get it balanced, you can easily lock it down to place so it won't be wobbling around anymore. Another thing with locking mechanisms is you can lock it like this, and then this one here, and then just fold this up and you're good for travel. As you can see, it doesn't wobble around that much, doesn't like fly around like other gimbals. It doesn't have a lock, but with this one, it has a lock that you can easily lock on and then just clip it in your bag, place it in your bag. For me, I usually clip it on the side of my bag or on the front end of my bag, so that makes it easy to bring or travel with, especially when you don't want to bring a case for this one because it's already small. You don't want to make it too big, so it's going to be bulky. I'm going to be showing you guys some videos that I took with this gimbal. I had different setups on this one, so I can really test the strength of the motors and how it performs with different lenses and heavy setups or lighter setups. How's the performance of the gimbal? The gimbal has been easy to use for me. Coming in from Crane 2, I knew how to use a gimbal, but this one was a lot easier to set up and use from the Crane 2 that I had before. The only thing that I really didn't like is sometimes the pan. What I'm saying is sometimes when gimbal is pointing downwards like this and I'm in pan follow mode, it's sometimes hard to make it follow your body or your movement. Sometimes it doesn't pan out. But when I'm doing it on the flashlight mode or the underslung mode, it's really easy to hold it here and just, pan with it. I'm not sure if that's just a firmware thing or I just really don't know how to use a gimbal. So the modes in the gimbal are useful for me, the pan follow. Those are the only things that I really use sometimes, especially the underslung mode is now easy to use on the pan follow. When I'm in follow, I'm usually holding the gimbal like this. This is how I use the follow modes because it's easier to pan and tilt. But when I'm in underslung mode, I just hold it like so. The gimbal has been a good use for me. I've been using it for quite some time now and I really love it. The form factor, the weight, the things that it can do. It really smoothens out everything. But sometimes you just need to practice your ninja walks really. If you're gonna put a heavy lens or a light lens or even a zoom lens, you can easily balance it out with this gimbal. The motors are so strong that it can handle almost any weight, but you just have to watch the motors because it's gonna be working really hard and your battery is gonna pay for it. If you ask me if this is a good buy for you, when you're using a DSLR or a mirrorless camera, I'm sure you would love this gimbal. The small form factor and the ease of use is going to be valuable to you as a creator. And that concludes my review of the Zhiyun Weebill S. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. Also, follow me on Instagram at Carl_Ibale.